Okay, let's.
Smells like mold in here.
We just gotta wait out here for a while.
That's black mold. Don't eat that or you'll die.
Why?
Because it's poisonous.
What did you expect it to be?
Like, I don't know. Like,
do you know what black mold is?
No.
It's in like every haunted house. That's why there's ghosts, because they're all dead.
I don't know if that's the real reason.
I think ghosts aren't dead. Ghosts are just apparitions of the dead.
So
hashtag ghosts.
Anyway, welcome to the 100 Years Podcast. I'm Brooks.
Shut up.
And I'm Greg.
No, you're not.
No,
you're Josh.
I'll never be Greg.
And that's Zach over there.
You can try to be Greg.
I don't want to be Greg.
Who is Greg?
Greg's my dad.
You know, it's ironic. You see your dad.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway.
So, Josh, you had an explanation as to where we were?
Oh, yeah, and this ties in the whole fucking new Civil War movie out in theaters, you fucking stupid bitches. Alright, so let me...
We'll get into it in a bit.
Alright, so last night, you guys were like, oh, come see Civil War, and after seeing Batman vs. Superman, I was like, I am never fucking paying for a fucking superhero movie again, especially...
Which makes sense.
A Marvel film, which I don't care for whatsoever, especially Civil War. So you guys went, and then my friend Chris called me. He was like, hey, man, what are you doing? You want to hang? And I was like, yeah, sure. So he came over. He brought some hookers. He brought some pills. We crushed up the pills, snorted off the hookers, fucked the hookers, and we're like, just joking around and all this stuff. He's showing me his new gun, all this crazy shit.
What gun?
Like, the same hand cannon the doctor guy from Halloween has to kill Michael Myers?
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Jeez, that was a big gun.
It's a fucking hand cannon.
Yeah.
And so, like...
Literal.
So, I was just fucking around, and I was like, hey, man, how much money are you getting for Civil War? And he fucking looked me in the eye and said, don't you fucking ever talk about that movie. And I was like, whoa, Chris, what the fuck? What's wrong? He's like, I just don't want to talk about it. And then he starts fucking crying. Like, he starts fucking crying, and I'm like, Chris, what the fuck is wrong with you? You're fucking creeping out the whores. And he's like, just fuck, man. And he pulls out a flash drive, and he's like, just watch this fucking shit. And I'm like, dude, what is that? And he's like, it's fucking Civil War. And I'm like, I don't want to watch Civil War. I want to snort pills and fuck whores with you, alright? And then he just starts fucking crying, and then the whores leave. And I'm
so
like,
at that point, you kind of have to...
Yeah.
You're in a social situation.
So I'm like, alright, Chris, we'll watch it. So I stick it in. He's fucking balling. And then
stick it in, and then you put the flash drive
Yeah. So it comes on, and like, Jesus Christ. Like, never before in my life have I seen such a garbage piece of film. Like... Alright, so it opens up in fucking Nigeria, right? Like, and they're fighting and doing all this stuff. And then that fucking one bitch who throws the guy who's about to explode into the building, which is, like, no one's fault but her own. He fucking balls. And, like, I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? And he's like, the writers came in on the set and they said that'd be a good idea. And I told them no. And they hit me. And I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. So then I call Bobby, right? I call Rob. I'm like, dude, Rob, he's fucking crying. And he's like, what, who's crying? And I'm like, fucking Chris. He's talking about Civil War, the movie you guys did. And he's like, oh, Jesus. So he comes over, and he's like, oh, fuck, I'm also sad. But by the way, this is happening at my place. I went over there. I've been given the bear that's still in my place, like ketamine, the tranquilizer they give to horses.
Right.
They're like the same.
Isn't that what you do,
thing.
like, regularly?
Yeah, that's different.
Okay,
like,
we'll come back to that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write that down.
They're like the same size, right? They're both mammals. Like, they'll take it.
Not how it,
So he just kind of, like, trips out and, like, vomits all over the place, and I'm just hoping for him to die. But the good thing about that bear is he's been getting a lot of my mail, and he's been delivering it to me, so I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt.
But anyways, Robert, you talked to him recently?
Ooh, the bear?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
more like he growled and slashed, and then he passed out from the ketamine.
Oh, okay.
But anyways, so Rob comes over, Chris is in the corner, and I'm really worried, because he just showed me his fucking gun, right? And then, like, he's like, oh, you're watching this fucking piece of garbage? And I'm like, yeah, man, what the fuck is wrong with this movie? And so, then it gets to the fucking scene where, what's his fucking name? Tony Stark. He's, like, having that fucking memory, and Jesus Christ, was that the worst CGI fucking looking young Robert Downey Jr. I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I want you...
No, let me finish.
No. Look at Brooks' face. That's his sad face.
Yeah,
I want you to know that.
Yeah.
That smile he has, that's actually sadness.
Yeah, I know. It was a garbage film. It was a really garbage
So wait,
film.
you actually saw it?
Yeah, I saw it. Chris Evans, my good friend, came over.
Okay.
And we watched it.
Because I thought you told me you didn't see it by the time I texted.
No, this is my story.
Yeah, and then,
this is my
and
story.
then in the car you told me that you didn't see it.
This is my story.
It's almost as if somebody who didn't like the movie was describing it to you and left out all the good things about it.
No, I didn't tell him shit.
No. Chris Evans came to my house, we watched it, Anyways, so
I didn't tell him anything. Did I speak to you?
you
about
did not
the movie?
tell me anything.
I just told you.
I
that...
got a Snapchat of him screaming. That's all I got from him.
Oh.
Yeah,
But anyways,
don't give me that look as
but
if
no.
I inflicted my opinion on
No,
him.
I saw it with fucking Chris Evans. You fucking assholes! Stop pretending like I'm making this shit up. Anyways, the fucking one thing that got Robert Downey Jr., you know, I don't know why I have to say his name, you know, we just call him Robbie. Like, that got him so angry, he broke my fucking TV. Like, there's that scene where it's his mom, right? And she kisses him and, like, touches his face, and I go, oh, what the fuck? Like, it looks like you want to fuck your mom. And then he leans in, and he's like, because that's what they wanted me to do. That's what they're doing for the next fucking Avengers film. They want me to fuck my mom. And I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? And he's like, we won out. And then Chris grabs his gun and he starts firing it. The bear fucking wakes up. He starts slashing me. He fucking follows me all the way to my house and all this shit. Or back to the apartment. You guys weren't here yet, so we finished watching it here. We did more pills, and then you guys got here. But anyways, yeah, Civil War is fucking awful. An awful fucking film. And like,
But at least it had that Stan Lee cameo, right?
oh my god, the fucking FedEx thing? Oh, is Tony Stank here? Right? Is that funny, right? He's still alive, right? Oh my fucking
I'm really
God.
happy. Your reactions to this movie are almost identical.
It's
to my...
so fucking
although,
retarded. The whole
where I'm going to probably disagree with you is I enjoyed Spider-Man. I
No,
thoroughly enjoyed...
that's my thing. Spider-Man, I liked. I like how he's like a young kid and all that. I
Yeah.
wanted him to be black, though, as we were talking about
Miles
earlier.
Morales.
Yeah, I thought that's what we were getting, and I was like, oh, okay, it's just another fucking pasty white kid. But so far, I do think he's the best Spider-Man. God fucking damn these things! My glasses keep falling off,
Yeah.
so people know.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways.
Let me just throw them. Oh, I thought the lens actually came out when I did
I'd
that.
be very sad.
I was scared.
So, the new Spider-Man's good. He's great. Although, like, honestly, why did they even bother making a film when they should have just released that whole fight scene, which is probably the only decent part of that entire film, and just release that online instead of adding all this awful bullshit in between.
You actually saw it.
Yes, I saw it. Chris Evans and Robert. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
So, what were the things you hated?
Pretty much everything you said. Like, what was it? There was the explosion or something, people dying, and then all of a sudden it cuts to Robert Downey Jr.'s mom singing, and I'm like, who?
Yeah.
What? Okay, 0 to 10. And then throughout the entire movie, there's like, explosion! The Prime Minister of like Nigeria is dead or whatever. Holy fuck!
yeah.
And now we're... What the fuck is that?
Oh shit.
Oh, it's Marvel.
Guys, all right,
Jesus
Michael Vick moved into our apartment building, and he may be the apartment right above us. You know, I'm not saying
That was the
anything.
metal detector guy. Oh, right, he shot
he's
himself.
dead,
That was
he's
a
dead.
really quick move in.
Yeah.
Think that'll ever stop?
No.
Oh, yeah, it stopped.
Oh my god. But anyways, yeah. What was the fucking Secretary of State woman who was pissed off at like Tony
She
Stark?
wasn't Secretary of State.
She worked for the
She was just like a person who worked for the State Department.
and she's like, I blame you, and he fucking wasn't even there for the entire thing whatsoever.
No, he was. That was in the second Avengers movie. He was
No,
there.
she was talking about the fucking kid who died
Yeah.
in Nigeria.
No,
Yeah.
that was Sokovia.
Yeah,
No.
the kid died
That
in
was
Russia.
from the second Avengers movie. Where
Then why
Tony
does he
Stark
pull up
was.
a picture when they're all talking? He's like, oh, you know, this
It was
kid.
in Sokovia.
This was before the explosion happened.
So
That was not related
So
to
a
the
different
explosion.
death in Africa happened.
No, well, it was in Europe. It was
No.
it was
Tony
something-
Stark was like, no, he wanted to spend his time in Africa. In
no. He
Nigeria,
didn't
setting
say
up
Africa.
No, he never said, because he was like, oh yeah, this guy, oh yeah, he's a
He was
student
in-
and everything like that.
Yeah,
I would have gone to Fort Lauderdale
Yeah,
or something.
yeah.
He
I
decided
would've
to go to Russia.
He
and help
decided
the
to
poor
go
or
to
whatever.
Sokovia, and then the
remember-
Avengers dropped a building on
I
him.
do not remember him saying Russia at all. I heard.
Well, he
like
didn't say Russia, he
Nigeria.
said like Sokovia or Noskovia or whatever.
All right, well, whatever.
See, I was okay. My thing is, I was telling you this in the car, and I'll tell this now. Like, when I first came out of the movie, and the way I judged it, the way I judge most Marvel movies, if I had the most fun in it,
Yeah, but
which I did, which I
didn't.
in more than
Except
any
the fight
other
scene.
more than any other Marvel
I
movie.
also felt most of the superheroes in that film were pointless.
And then for the rest of it, then after your guys' like told me you didn't like it, I'm like, okay, am I just focusing on the fight scenes, ignoring the rest? And I thought more about it, and it retroactively made me like all the other Marvel movies less because I will defend this movie. I will defend this movie. Oh my
god, why? Dude, this movie fucking sucks.
I don't understand why you're saying
right,
like, so...
Alright, no. The thing, alright, you like the bad guy who was like, oh, but you fucking...
I didn't say like...
Yes, you did. You were like, I liked it.
I said that I thought he like...
happening in this episode.
I said that like he wasn't all that present in it. It wasn't all that great, but in the end, like he sort of fed into the overall theme of the movie, which was like the actions of the heroes have consequences, except for the shitty ending.
Retarded. He was all upset that his fucking family died. So what he does, he creates situations in which more people would die when those like the superheroes fucking fight each other.
And Brooks, you go with counter argument.
It's fucking retarded. How the fuck does this movie have a 94% on Rotten Tomatoes? Is everyone just like retarded? Like,
well, no, it's because everybody likes oh hey, it's that superhero.
Yeah,
I saw that
that's all this is.
It's because all the superheroes from all the... It's like watching an extended like Netflix series that you have to watch all the series before you can watch this movie. Because if I never saw any of the other superhero movies and I watched this one, I'd be like, what the fuck is happening? Oh, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Why is that guy who's a German...
fucking convoluted. And what was the whole point of the dude who was like in that fucking hotel room?
Yeah.
That was the guy that he like pretended to be like in order to get close to the Winter
Except
Soldier,
the guy
like,
who was the guy? Who was the main antagonist guy? The Russian sleeper agent spy guy? Who was he? Is it
Winter Soldier?
Is that, that guy? With the arm?
No, that was Bucky. Who was the guy who looked like Bucky? Because he looked exactly like Bucky.
There's two different guys. I thought they were the same guy.
No, that's what I thought too.
The villain you were talking about, that's what Zach is talking about.
Yeah, because there was the guy who was behind the glass going, "You can't blow up this glass. It would take several nukes or whatever."
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man should just shoot a laser at the glass.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
no.
He was about to. He was just like, I can probably beat that. And he was about to, and then he played the video of Tony's parents dying.
You know, that low-quality video where he saw everybody's face perfectly.
Okay, that's a movie. That's a movie thing where the audience, we saw it, but he was just watching the low-quality thing. And
no, he wasn't.
Yeah, like it wouldn't have fucking cut and all that. That was
I know. And if he would have just saw gas station camera footage.
The moment it started, he's just like, I know that street, and then then it was the date. He's like, I know that day.
So in his mind,
where his fucking parents died. He's like, oh shit, that's their car.
Recreated a slightly higher quality.
No,
security
no. That's what it's the fact that it was the security footage, and if you're watching that, it is like what 24 pixels or whatever. Like
he could still see what was happening.
Yeah, you can see. Yeah, but seeing something with like hardly any sound or something.
That's such a fucking nitpick. He's just like,
a fucking nitpick is the Japanese water torture or whatever. The guy
was so dumb. First off, all right, no, I know what you're talking about, the whole security thing, but let me just, because when I saw this happen, I could not stop laughing. So he floods the sink, right?
Yeah.
And you can totally tell that his nose and his mouth are perfectly fine above that as it floods over. And then it cuts to the next scene, and then his face is like more than like 4 inches into it, and he's drowning. Are you fucking
And then
kidding
it gets
me?
like right up past his nose, and then he starts struggling.
Yeah,
like you have a mouth. You can breathe through your mouth.
God.
And just since we just like got on the topic of nitpicks too. Fucking War Machine falls from the height of like a 50-story building, and he's just paralyzed.
See, I was talking to Josh about this. That was like one of my gripes of it, where like I feel like Marvel interfering kept like the filmmakers from making like strong choices.
That's
like
the
War
problem
Machine.
with these fucking movies. It's nothing but comic fan bait, and that's why the only good part of this entire fucking film is the fight scene that only anybody cares about.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that because it had all the good stuff where it's just like they talk about like all the destruction like in the previous movies, and then finally like there's consequences for that where it's just like, hey, all these countries are coming together and calling out your bullshit. Why wasn't that something that was apparent
in like the first one?
Because that
is the way, and also why the fuck is this a Captain America movie when this is clearly an Avenger movie? I also feel like
the audience for the first Avenger movie. I think that was like a good, like, I don't know, like young, like teens and stuff, younger than us because we're older.
I didn't see the entire thing. So
Okay, but yeah, that would be for younger kids because like, oh yeah, finally, all these guys are getting together. Oh, cool action. Second one, same thing, slightly more darker, but it still had all the action in it and like the death of Quicksilver and whatever, and like all this stuff.
Fucking sucked. That movie was not all that good.
I liked it a lot because it still played to the there's still a lot of action and stuff happening. Sure, there's like a weird story thing happening, but there's still action in it. This one, it's just there's a blow up, and now everybody's sad, and now
shut the fuck up. This is first, like, people were just like the way they advertised it, it was just like, Civil War, all this stuff, and it's like all the Avengers coming together. But first and foremost, it is a sequel to Winter Soldier. It was a sequel to Captain America: Winter Soldier, and the main storyline is Captain and Bucky and their story and what they're going through. And, like, arising from that is the Civil War stuff and the conflicts with the characters. I was telling Josh about this. Finally, in a fucking Marvel movie, the conflict isn't either, that guy is crazy, we better go stop him, like Ant-Man, Iron Man, and all the other movies, or there's a bunch of shit falling on the city, finally, we gotta stop it. Finally, they didn't do something like that. The conflict came from the characters and the relationships. And the way the characters interacted, you're just, like, being like, they're just shoving in superheroes.
Then
like,
why bring in everybody else?
Yeah, because what makes an Avenger film? All the other Avengers.
Yeah.
That's what that is. But this is like, if it was just fucking another Captain America movie, then it should have just focused on those guys and then had everyone secondary.
That's what they did. They had them as the supporting characters. They were the supporting characters in the story.
Fucking Tony's whole story was just as long as fucking Captain America's and the fucking retarded...
It felt like it was an Iron Man and...
Yeah, because, like, well, for that, Iron Man is, like, the principal supporting character, where his conflict and Captain America's conflict,
isn't it not just another Avenger film, then? Why does it have to be thrown under the bus? It can continue off where Winter Soldier is, but it's clearly just another Avenger film.
Well, what does that matter if it's
Because it's fucking retarded! Because it's so dumb! Because this is what I think happened when the studio's execs heard, like, what DC was going to do with their films. They're like, oh shit, they're going to have, like, a Batman vs. Superman film. And, like, the one guy's like, oh, what do we got? He's like, look at the stack of comics that got shit on. I'm like, oh, this one's called Civil War. What's it got in it? Oh, it's got a bunch of superheroes in it. It's got a bunch of what? Yeah, it's got all of them in it. Oh my fucking god! Send that shit! Send it! Should we get some good writers? Oh, fucking who cares? It's got Spider-Man in it! It's got Spider-Man in it!
Where, like, Marvel was doing this stuff and DC's like, fuck, we gotta shove everything in here as fast as possible.
Can we take, like, a 2-minute break from talking about this, just because I think we're all getting really heated?
Dude, yeah, but, alright, in short, the movie sucked. I hated it. What did you think?
I wouldn't say it sucked, but I would give it a strong 6, 7.
You told me it was like that thing where you put a metal thing in your dick.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty awful. That sounds pretty awful.
It is pretty awful, but I only said that because it was like, Yaskovich would enjoy it if I told him I hated it this much. Okay. Brooks is on the high end. Best movie is what best Marvel movie he views it as. You thought it was the worst piece of shit ever. I am on the, like, neutral would be, yeah, this was a movie. I watched it. And I'm below that, where I was like, look, the fight scene was amazing.
Yeah,
if I could have just watched that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you complain about all the heroes being in there, and then you're just like, but the best part was the fight scene.
Because they're trying to fucking put all these different plots in that are absolutely pointless. And
if they would have just had the characters in there first, like, oh, hey, we already have all these guys. We don't need to, like, go through a montage of us getting them. Yeah. We already have them. Here's a fight going to happen. Yeah. Do you care about the plot?
But then
Not really. You want to see everybody's powers.
Then you just complain that they shove all this stuff in. I like it better when
they, like... What's the point of Black Panther?
He fed into the story.
I do not think so at all.
Very well.
What would have happened differently if he wasn't there?
Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because fucking...
he never hurt Bucky,
yeah.
in a way. He never killed anybody. He just inconvenienced people. A lot.
That was part of that whole escalation thing. When the bombing at the UN
happened... Also, the other Iron Man guy, Don Cheadle, would have showed up regardless whether he was there or not. At that one scene where they're, like, on that road, you know what I'm talking about?
Where he grabbed the motorcycle. That was cool. I like where he grabbed the motorcycle.
Again, like, the action scenes, they're great. But, like, that's all these films are. It's just great action scenes. This is why I like Daredevil. Because I feel like there's an actual, coherent, real story going in between it.
Do you like Jessica Jones?
I haven't seen any of Jessica Jones yet. But David Tennant's in it, and I love David Tennant.
Mm-hmm.
The way I felt it was that they have the story of Cap going on, and then they bring in Iron Man, and that's the main conflict where you see
Iron Man wants to fuck his mom, by the way.
Where you see the two sides of them, and like they're very good at showing the two sides, and like the conflict is like really there and really real. And basically, as the conflict is going on, and as it like all the other heroes like they like feed in like supporting characters like Black Panther, like he gets involved like to show that how it's affecting the entire world what the Avengers are doing. He comes in, he's just like, I'm gonna kill him myself. You don't have to do this. And he like escalates in that, and then you have the stuff with like Vision and Scarlet Witch, and they like feed into the conflict with the
Vision
Avengers.
the one who like threw the thing into the building and killed all those people?
No, that was
Scarlet Witch?
That's
Yeah,
her.
she's fucking retarded. I hate her.
Why?
I hate her so much.
Why?
Because the thing that she did was clearly no one's fault but her own.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. Okay, that's the point.
No.
She felt that. She's like, shit. Now this is like, that's the whole point.
No.
It was her fault.
No.
It
Make
was
your point.
her fault.
No. I get what you're going
Okay.
at. But this is what I'm talking about. When she fucking lifts the dude up, she clearly goes this way to throw it at the building.
I didn't.
It seemed like an accident.
I told
to me.
Chris Evans started crying, and I was like, "What the fuck did you do?" He's like, "No, watch this again." So he fucking took the mouse, brought it back, replayed the thing. She went like this, and went right into the building. That was clearly no one's fault but her own. Clearly in her
When I
head.
was
If she had
watching-
just done this straight up, he would have just fucking exploded in the air.
When
I
I
thought he
watched it
did.
on a
No,
very, when I
no,
watched it on a very large screen, very clearly, I.
But
had
did you
not
have the
shaking
power
at
to
all.
replay it again? Did you, Brooks?
But I was able to see it very clearly.
But were you able to see it very clearly several times? I'm
It
not
seemed
fucking
like
with
even
you.
even if it went like that.
No,
it seemed
I'm
like
not
an accident.
fucking with you whatsoever. She clearly does this and this, which clearly goes into the building. This film is full of
And then
slow
she
retarded
regrets
shit.
it. And then she regrets
But
it.
like,
And
why
that's
does
the
she
point
do
of
it
her
like that?
conflict.
No, I get
Maybe
that.
she put it in the building to reduce the explosion, and then later it was an afterthought, and she was like,
But
"Oh,
what? She didn't
was a
think there was
very-
going to be people in
It
that
was
building.
a very
It's-
in the moment thing.
But no, look, that's not
But the
my
whole
problem.
point is
Look,
she
if the
made a
thing's gonna-
mistake. The whole point is she made a mistake.
Yeah, okay, so then after that, okay, let's just say that thing happened. What else about her?
It's just a bunch of other small shit without that film. First of all, because of that, I just didn't care with her whole thing. I didn't find her even useful in that whole fight that they have.
In the huge fight, she was incredibly useful.
she was using her
sa-
powers all over. Like I was
she
like, "Oh
saved
shit,
the
she's
ass
there."
The
of it.
entire time, like, the only fighting that I could care about was what's going on between Ant-Man and Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah, that's all I cared about.
I think you need to see it in better quality. Just the fight
No,
scene.
are
The
you
fight
fucking
scene. The fight
kidding
scene.
me?
The fight scene. The fight
I'm
scene.
never watching that again.
Fight scene?
No.
I enjoyed the fight scene.
No, the fight scene I enjoyed, but that's the only thing I enjoy about
That's what
that
I'm
film.
saying. You should just watch.
No, I don't want to watch it again. Look, all right, the fight scene I liked, but the film See, look, this is the problem that I have with these films. This film, I'll agree with you. It probably works great as a Marvel film, but does it work great as a film?
I think so.
No.
I maintain.
Absolutely, I do not think
It's
so.
too all over the place for me.
Exactly. It's too all over the place. It's trying to fucking fan service too many different people. It's trying to fan service the Panther fans, fan service the fucking Scarlet Witch, fucking all the fans of Spider-Man,
It
and
fan
all this shit.
serviced me with the Ant-Man.
Yeah, and Ant-Man.
And I love that.
I was like, hey, more Ant-Man, and then like he's gone for that the rest of the film.
like
And same with
so.
Spider-Man. Like the entire time I'm waiting, I'm like,
Because
Spider-Man's
Ant-Man
in
was
this,
so
right?
ridiculous. That's why I liked it. Because I'm like, yeah, it is a superhero movie. It's for kids, and I am enjoying this.
I love Paul Rudd as Ant-Man. I just didn't like that movie.
The movie was real shit. Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
But anyways, oh, there was another thing that I fucking hated was that they were like, oh, we're at the UN, and they're not at the UN at all. Like that's not what the UN looks like whatsoever.
Yep.
They're like, that's not what that is. Like it does not have a giant glass.
I don't
thing
think it
behind
was-
and it's not on like the third.
Also, the
I don't
transi-
think I don't think it was the UN. I think it was all the countries that had signed the Sokovia Accords meeting in that location.
Also, I thought it was
I don't think it was
confusing
the
no,
official
how
UN.
they
they
called
kept
it
jumping from
UN.
Russia to Germany, back to New York,
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
where are we?
Yeah.
Oh
like-
wait, there's the big giant white text.
That was such like a nitpick that like in the car they focused on. It's just like, oh, the big text, and I'm like, oh, okay. So what you're saying is just like, hey, movie, you have big text to tell us where they are.
It was
Fuck
because
your
where
style
it was
choice.
because where we were sitting, we had to like constantly look up, and we had to go London. All right, well, if I could have just looked in the corner, that would have been easier. What the fuck? Oh, this is happening like 20 times throughout the whole movie. Why?
That's like the definition of a nitpick.
the text I didn't care about. It's the
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
bullshit in the film I didn't care about.
Yeah.
You see, my thing is, I think like the action scenes are some of the best, and I think the stuff in between the action scenes, all the conflict between the characters, I thought it was done very well.
So hold on. This is one thing I was confused about. So the dude shows a video, or he has the video. He shows to Tony Stark of fucking Buckeye, is that his name?
Bucky.
Whatever. Of like killing his parents.
Bucky.
Was that real? Like, did he?
Yes.
All right.
He.
Maybe because I didn't see the other films, but like, what time does that take place in? Like the 90s, right?
Yes.
Okay. So isn't he like captured though during when that happens? Or
Yes. He was brainwashed to do that.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All right,
he was
that's what I
brainwashed
figured.
to do that.
All
And that moment, like, you guys are making fun of, the video quality is just fucking stupid. I'm like, but if you just look at the moment when it's just like, Tony's on their side, he's like, okay, finally, we can work together, we can bring the, oh, fuck. Oh, shit, like, and he's just like, because he never, like, you clearly, earlier in the movie, they established he never reconciled with his father and everything.
But-
they had that,
but-
like, relationship, and, like, it's, like, it feeds in, like, to the guilt
But
that
the
he's
dude,
built.
the dude who did
Also,
it.
Tony Stark. Okay, I'll let
no,
you do
you
your
go
thing.
ahead.
Tony Stark in this movie, much better than the best he's been since Iron Man 1. Because in all the other films, he's just sort of devolved into like a machine, like a wisecracking machine to make jokes and everything. In this, he's like an actual character with like he has the guilt over his actions. He has the like conflict because he's caused a lot of bad shit and everything, and that's finally catching up with him. He's just like, we need to change. We need to change this whole superhero thing. And then Cat, like, you can understand both sides of it. It makes you like consider both sides throughout the
but
whole
the
film,
dude-
which is what I liked.
But the dude who did that, who had all that happen, had this happen because his family died and he was upset, so he created more situations in which more people, like family, fucking Black Panther's dad, dies.
But that, like, what I've thought about this because you tripped me up a little bit earlier. But then I like the scene at the end where like Black Panther comes up to him and he's like giving his whole thing, and Black Panther has that moment. It's just like, it's clear that vengeance has consumed you. It's consumed like all these people, and I'm not gonna let it consume me. So when I think about that, I'm like, okay, so he's like, that's what makes him the villain, is because he's like set on this goal and everything, because for vengeance, he's not even realizing like all the horrible shit that he's doing. He's like depriving people of their families and everything, and like Black Panther's just like that. He's just like, okay, because of that, my father died, and because my father died, I was gonna kill other people and everything. So I'm stopping this here and everything. So like, it was a point where like, yeah, he did kill more families, but that's kind of what makes him a villain, is that he's doing that for his vengeance.
Yeah, but like that's the thing I didn't
Like,
about it. When
but,
I
like,
discovered
I can-
like
like, a lot of
he's
other
doing this to
villains would
prove
do
like
it.
that they're doing this. Like I would prefer.
I don't think he's trying to prove something. I think he's just trying to tear him apart.
I think it's just
Lisa.
dumb. What?
You're tearing them apart, Lisa.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. I would have. I think it
Did
would. I think it would have been way better if he was trying to prove an overall point rather than just be another.
True.
villain.
I will admit the villain was not the strongest.
All
the
right.
real strong conflict was between Cap and Iron Man. I just like how the villain, like by the end of it, fed into the whole like actions and consequences
Yeah.
thing going throughout the movie. And there's a lot of really, like, you guys are talking like all this stuff, but the way I see it, there's just a lot of really great scenes, like where it feeds into all this stuff. Like I imagine the scene between Cap and Iron Man when like Iron Man's trying to like appease him. He's just like trying to like mend the bridges. He's like, hey, like this is FDR's pens. He did the whole Lend-Lease thing, World War II, like that helped bring you along. This your time period. It means a lot to you and everything. It was a gift like to my father and everything. And then they're talking about that, and then they just can't like. And then that scene is great because it's just them talking and them like they're trying to come together, but they're just like
Right
they
now?
just can't.
Hol-
And it's just, the film is filled
you.
with like
Thank you, Zach.
the film is
welcome.
just filled with great character interactions like that, both humorous and dramatic.
Just so dense.
Every frame is just filled with so much stuff.
I get those points.
If we
but
get Spider-Man's a funnier character than we've ever had in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. If we get him to work, so like I'm not gonna say the film's perfect. I just think it's better than you guys are giving it credit
all right,
for.
that's fine.
See,
because what this boils down
Okay.
to is if you're a Marvel fan, I think you will enjoy this film. If you're not a Marvel fan like me, you're not gonna enjoy this film.
okay, my final thing is
Well, you just don't enjoy nice things.
not
Not good things. You enjoy good things. You just don't enjoy nice things. Like, Disney movies are nice because they're happy.
What about Star Wars films?
Those aren't nice. Those have
Those are
action.
totally nice.
No, those
things.
are good. Those are good films.
What's the difference between a good thing
Do you
and
understand
a
what I'm
nice
trying to
thing?
say, Brooks?
I sort of understand.
Are
There's
you saying
exceptions
kids'
like Star
films?
Wars.
I guess so. Things that have happy endings.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay,
The greatest, like, one of my most favorite franchises, the Godzilla films, from fucking 1960 to 1980.
Godzilla films.
Dude, have you seen any of the ones from 1960 to 1980? They're nothing but kids films. Are you fucking kidding me?
I will say this, Josh.
That's such bullshit.
For long as I will ever know you, it will always baffle me that you're such a huge Godzilla fan, knowing your taste.
See, that's the thing that always gets me. People think I'm like this elitist prick. I like other studio garbage.
Like
the
what?
world is always going to have...
Other than Godzilla, what?
Batman, fucking Star Wars, Star Trek. I love other studio garbage shit. I just don't give a fuck about Disney and Marvel.
No.
I'm sorry.
Josh.
Oh, my bad.
Josh.
Oh, Spider-Man.
Josh.
Fuck.
That's a great example. It's just like, it's not that you like those movies, it's when you were defending your liking of movies, you called them studio garbage. And that's the sticking point of, like, people
Because
like
they are
Zach.
all studio garbage films, and, like, everyone's gonna have their own studio garbage thing.
But when you're saying studio garbage, that, like, inherently you're implying that they have no merit to them as films.
No, they've got merit to their fans, and, like, that's about it.
So you're saying as films they have no merit outside of the fans?
No merit. It's just like it's muddled, you know? Like, all right, so let me explain. Let's take Marvel and let's take Godzilla films.
Are you Italian?
No.
Okay.
Why does everyone think I'm Italian?
Because you always talk with your hands.
I don't think that's an exclusively Italian thing.
I'm
Zach.
just pent up with rage.
I can feel it. It's
it's emanating. I'm sorry that something as pointless as a Marvel movie is making us argue, but this is...
No, you know what? I'm done with this argument. Let's move on to something else.
Neil the Raptard? You want to talk about
Who the fuck is Neil the Raptard?
Oh, okay. Well, apparently Brooks is giving me the cut signal, so apparently
I didn't see him do that, so you can just tell me.
Oh, okay. Well, this is a story on 4chan that apparently I can't talk about because Brooks doesn't want it. So... we'll talk about it after the podcast.
That's a story that I love when we're not recording the podcast.
All right, let's move on to a different studio film. I saw Star Trek 3. Not Beyond, the old one.
Okay.
I liked it.
Okay.
The Search for Spack.
I'm just gonna make final points on Civil War so we can...
I thought we were moving past.
I thought we had already moved on.
Challenge
it.
for you, Yaskovich.
You guys, you've made your final points. You've expressed your opinion. I'm just gonna say, not even like a 30-second thing, and then we can move on to a different topic, because obviously we're not going to see it.
2.
Okay.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to start talking about it.
25 seconds.
Okay. There are things I don't like about it. I don't like the ending. It feels like Marvel came in and messed with the filmmakers and all that. But I feel like the movie itself and all the things going on in it, I felt like it was incredibly well done. Very great Marvel movie, very solid movie if you're not a fan of Marvel, and I will stand by that opinion. And it's one of the few Marvel movies I actually want to see more than once. So, and that's where I stand. And now we can talk about something else.
Okay, I actually watched a lot of films recently.
Time's up.
Thank you.
Got him.
I watched the film. First, I'll talk about this one because it's the one I was talking to you about earlier. I saw Legend. If anyone knows what that is.
What's Legend?
It's have you seen advertisements?
Oh yeah, with Will Smith.
No.
That's I Am Legend.
The two Tom Hardys, double Tom Hardy.
No.
This was advertised everywhere. You're like the second person who said they didn't see this. I don't even have TV, and I saw it everywhere.
What was it?
It was alright. So, do you know who the Cray twins are?
No.
Alright, so it's an actually interesting story. So, the Cray twins, they're these two huge notorious gangsters from the 1960s in London. And the film Legend is about them, and the twins are played by Tom Hardy. And it's a great performance.
Tom Hardys?
Two Tom Hardys.
This is awesome already.
Yeah, the one's like, he's like that kind of like always...
Wish we were out of the boiler room.
Oh, did we ever explain, you went on your whole story, but did we ever explain that the bear followed you back to that apartment?
Yeah.
So now we are getting the apartment fixed and thus living in the boiler room.
It's fumigation, but for bears?
Yeah, he's pretty pissed.
Which is a shotgun?
Yeah.
So...
anyways, so Legend, it's about those two guys, and Tom Hardy's performance is great because, the one brother, Reggie, or Reginald, he's like that Cockney but condescending British, and then, the other one, the other, Tom Hardy, which I can't remember his name, I think it's, Kane or something.
Kane?
I don't remember. He's, the fucking, ridiculous... The ridiculous, loud Cockney guy. You know what I'm talking about? Kind of like Bronson was.
Right.
Yeah. So, you get, this, funny bits with both of them doing banter, and the whole like twin split thing is like really good. Like it's well done. Like you can't tell who the stand-ins are and all this other shit.
Just like
But
two Jennifer Love Hewitts. No, well, fuck. What was the Parent Trap? I can't remember.
Lindsay Lohan.
That was the one.
Was there two of them? I just thought they got someone that looked like her.
No,
it was the same
two.
person.
No,
Yeah,
it was
the same.
Josh, funny jokes.
Oh, you're hurting
Funny
me.
jokes.
Is that
Funny
what?
jokes.
Ah,
Oh shit! Do you want to get that checked out?
jeez, no.
I didn't even touch it that hard. That's like a scab that bleeds very easily.
No, blood always comes out of my belly button.
There's a lot of. Is that bear scratches?
No.
Are you a werebear?
Wait a minute. How long ago did the bear thing happen? Where he was in our apartment.
How long ago did it take for Brooks to make a coherent sentence? Probably years.
Just as long as the bear thing.
Remember, like, that comment before I started, like, the podcast when I said I put up with a lot of shit to be friends with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so back to
you
what
were
we're
saying
talking
about
It's much more
Legend,
important
yeah.
than-
Legend. All right, so
Eh,
kids, I will turn this car around and nobody will get a podcast.
We're not in a car.
Uh,
We're in a boiler room.
you're making me look dumb.
I don't have to.
But anyways, fucking Legend. All right, so that film's good. The only good parts is just the whole Tom Hardy doing gangster stuff, which is inherently interesting. Yes, my glasses are broken.
Yeah, no,
Please
no,
insult
it's
me
just-
later
it's just-
while I
all right,
explain my
all right,
fucking
all right.
point about this film.
Remind me about the glasses after you explain.
Anyways, so the things about this film is that like the narration, which is done by like the one guy's wife, like one of the Cray twins, she is awful. Like her whole character, I think, is absolutely pointless. And there's never really been. There was a TV movie like years ago in the '80s, but like this is like the first ever like feature film about the Cray twins, and you think that would be the most inherently interesting thing. But like throughout the film, like you got this good gangster shit and the real story that happened with them, and then you get her plot, which is just like you just don't care. Like you just don't care about. And like the editing I thought was awful. Really mainly its pacing, and the soundtrack was just like so hokey. Like it was like a band trying to like do cover like MIDI karaoke cover tunes of like old 1960 songs.
Very specific.
Yeah. It's just it sounds just so disgenuine and like fake.
I want to say. Oh, what's that one movie that was coming out that we both were like, "Hey, we should see that." It's
Gods
got,
of Egypt.
no, Russell Crowe, I think, is in it.
Oh, The Nice Guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
That's by the guy who did who wrote the Lethal Weapon movies and made a movie called Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. He
With
directed
Robert
that.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, that I would like to see.
I was
Is that
looking.
another one?
He made Iron Man 3, but that movie was
No. I
shitty.
mean, like that we saw a trailer for that we were like, yeah, that.
I don't remember all the trailers that we
Anyway,
saw.
back to what Yaskovic was saying.
Yeah, so this just goes to a point that I've always liked, or that I would wish would happen, is like, I wish for someone, or somehow, studios to leak, like, the raw footage to films that didn't do so well, mainly because of their editing or pacing, and have people make their own versions. Like, just anybody, like any
Release
young
it to
filmmaker out there.
What is it? How do you would do
The
that?
public.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
public domain. That was it. Domain was the word I was looking for.
Right.
Well, they have a thing similar like that called like open source films, like where like a bunch of people like they're like, oh, I just shot this film, but I don't have time or the talent to edit it. Can someone edit it? And someone will edit it, and then someone will soundtrack it and all this stuff.
Neat.
That's how.
Yeah,
That's how
I
I met.
haven't heard of that.
It's actually how I met. I wouldn't say friend, but I'd say an acquaintance on the internet because he released. I looked up like if there were any open source films, and this guy had one. It was like a science fiction film, and he's like from Brazil, and I was like, oh, this looks cool. And they're trying to work on the footage now because he filmed it all on Super 8, and I was like, oh, that looks cool. And he showed me a documentary he was working on that he hadn't released about like an isolated artist person out in the world. But no, yeah, he's cool. He's like from Brazil, and we talk on the internet sometimes, and yeah.
Okay. I've seen a movie recently that I was a huge fan of called In Bruges.
Oh yeah,
I watched
yeah.
that, and I was a big.
That's a movie we both really enjoyed.
Yeah,
liked
because I watched it, and then I told you to watch
Yeah,
it, and you
yeah.
watched it, and we both really liked it.
Fucking hate Rouge.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
It's like a fairy tale, ain't it? And you're like, oh fuck, this guy's creepy.
The dialogue was great and the characters were great.
I'm not retarded, so I don't
like
enjoy it.
the only thing I didn't like was like it was clear that it was the guy's first movie. It was just like most of it was shot well, but sometimes you could see it was like on like a cheaper shot movie and everything, and like had a bit more like less like it didn't really have a distinct visual style
for someone's like first film.
But yeah, for a first
that's
film,
really
it's
good.
pretty great. The guy who made it, I think his name's Martin McDonough.
Yeah.
He was a playwright before that. He wrote something called The Pillow Man, which
yeah.
I'm really
fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm really like you've read it, and I really want to read it.
I have no idea. I enjoy the Sheet Man and the Blanket Man, and don't get me started about the Quilt Man.
Quilt Man, yeah.
Come on, these are my work clothes.
That's right. You have a real job.
Yeah, I
Not
have.
whatever the fuck this
you're
is.
you're trying to support us.
I have to, otherwise we'd be kicked out by now.
I mean,
Brooks.
well,
Look, I just recently got a job.
There's a bear in our apartment.
I just recently got a job, and as soon as this is done recording, I have to go to that job. So
Wait, do you hear that, Brooks? The sound of nobody caring.
And also,
I do all these. You just say, "Hey, Brooks, get a job, you bum." I'm like, "Hey, I have a job." Shut the fuck up, Brooks. Nobody cares.
Look,
I
man.
can't win.
look, man.
I can't
Look,
win.
man. Selling bananas at a banana stand is not a job.
But there's
I don't
always money at the
I
banana
don't care
stand.
what
There's
you
always
say
money in the
about-
banana
There's
stand.
no money in the banana stand.
But
We
there's-
might as well go burn it down.
There's always money in the banana stand.
I have no idea what we're talking
No,
about.
Arrested Development.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
I've only seen the first like 3 episodes, and then
That's where the banana stand.
Yeah.
thing
yeah,
happened.
yeah. I only saw up to that, and then I went, Michael Cera's too awkward in this for me.
Oh, no, he's great.
Oh,
He's
he's
the fucking cousin.
fantastic. Yeah.
It's just like how I can't watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia by myself.
Why?
Because like I just like feel too
But it's
embarrassed for the
great.
characters.
What?
No.
What?
No, because like it's like what is it? Not empathy. Maybe it's empathy or whatever. Because like I just feel like the cringeworthy situations there, and I'm like, ugh.
That's what's
God.
fucking great about
Yeah,
that
that's-
show.
Yeah, no, and it's great
Seeing
when I'm
them
watching
be
with
fucking
people. When
assholes
it's
and
just
fuck up
myself.
so hard.
I mean,
Oh no,
it's-
you know what I did get shit for?
What?
And I fucking fought back. I think I've told you this story. I used to wear a Beatles hoodie all the time of
Yeah.
that same like thing. It was like the Abbey Road.
Like a washed out
and
Abbey Road thing.
fuck guy named fucking Dylan was like rubbing chalk on it, and it was like my favorite hoodie ever because I fucking love the Beatles, and that was something I always got harassed about, and I was never gonna let that down. And he was like rubbing chalk on me, and I was like, "You better stop that." And he's like, "What are you gonna do?" And he did it again, and I punched him square in the mouth, and he fucking bled. And then he was like, "Fuck you!" And then he like walked over back to his desk, and he gave me the finger, and I was like, "Yeah, come at me." I believe
When
in
did
peace.
that happen again?
I was like 7th grade.
Oh, I had a very similar experience in 7th grade. For some reason, middle school was the most violent time in my life.
Oh, middle
Same
school
for
is
me,
awful.
yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like-
middle school was
the worst.
It is the
Yeah.
worst.
Yeah,
Because-
like you got all like these weird feelings that everyone's mean to you and you don't know why.
Yeah, and then like
It's the middle ground.
It's
It's the middle
Fedoras.
ground for children when puberty starts, so
Yeah,
they're full
yeah.
of hormones and aggression, but they haven't developed a sense of empathy yet.
yeah, that's exactly what it is.
So it's
You
that
have no empathy whatsoever.
it's that horrible middle ground that some people don't grow out of.
Yeah.
Yep. But
Yeah.
no, because like this one kid, he was like, I got bullied a lot in middle school
Oh,
because
dude, so did I.
I was just
Yeah,
like,
same.
I'm not gonna. Well, yeah, of course you did, bro.
Why are you singling me out? Fucking Christ! I'm trying to appeal to you. Similar experiences, you piece of shit.
I'm pretty sure this is why
You
we're all friends.
motherfucker.
This is exactly why we're friends. But
Oh my god.
no, but like the kid would just like hit me in the chest or whatever, and like push me up against the locker. And I was like, yeah, whatever. It's just this guy. I don't give a shit. I can beat him up. I know I can. And then one day, he, like, tried to bring his friends over to be like, hey guys, look, I can just hit this kid, and he does nothing about it. And I heard him say that, and I was like, motherfucker's getting hit today. And so he tried to spin me around before he pushed me into the locker, so I just nailed him right in the stomach, and he lost his breath and fell over.
Holy
And I
shit.
just looked at him. And then I looked at his friends, and then I walked away. And in my head, I was like, fuck yes. But on the outside, because I didn't know what to do with, like, all this pent-up rage that I just finally let out, I was like, yeah.
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 I feel like a god.
I feel like a god. Anyway,
You've seen that, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
love
showed it
Robert
to him.
Redford.
Oh,
That man's a
jeez.
god.
I think I'm a
He
god.
feels like a god.
Dad, is that you?
Have you been watching Critical's stuff
Yes.
recently?
Oh, I've been a fan of his for years.
Yeah, no, but like recently his Dr. Sad videos.
I have
Professor
not
Sad.
seen his
Oh,
Dr.
yeah,
Stats.
yeah.
I have
Just
like one in like a tab
Professor
somewhere.
Sad.
Yeah, that's a really good impression of him too.
He's so attractive.
Yeah, I thought he was
Yeah,
gonna be a fat, ugly dude, but
Yeah.
he's very attractive.
He's an attractive college-aged man.
I fucking hate him because of that.
Fuck him and his like deep voice that sounds like he'd be a neckbeard, but then he's actually like
Yeah, he has a deep
Very
voice.
attractive.
He's attractive. He gets millions of views on his YouTube video. He donates all the money to charity.
Yeah, what a
Fuck
fucking
that-
asshole.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
What a dick.
We love Critical.
Yeah. Please come on our show.
Yeah, please.
Please
Come
come.
over to Crimeopolis.
Please
Yeah.
just come on
Come
Brooks.
to this shithole.
Just come.
I'd accept it.
I want to see you come.
Yeah. I love the fucking what is it? It's like Joshua the Lion one. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
yeah, the
that
movie one,
was
the terrible CG one.
Yeah, where it's just like, lions they had religion. What?
Wait, what?
It's just like a Christian lion or whatever.
Yeah,
thing.
and like a ghost gives him a sword.
And like, why a ghost?
This movie sounds amazing.
Oh,
It's as amazing as Skateboard Kid.
Oh, yeah, the new JonTron video.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was great.
I like how we're just talking about other
more successful, yeah.
internet personalities.
We
And
can talk
we're-
about literally anyone at this
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter. We just need to fill in another 13 minutes.
Oh, shit.
Speaking of filling in some minutes, Team 4-Star.
Oh yeah, they were
It
great.
doesn't have to do with filling in minutes. I just really liked it. It was great because they just rewrote the entire ending of World's Strongest, that movie.
Yeah.
You don't watch Team 4-Star?
No, but I've seen some of their Dragon Ball stuff, and I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, you should watch some
No,
more of their
Watch
stuff.
all of it.
Yeah. If I don't finish it by 2016 of September 5th, someone's gonna die. Could be me, it could be you guys.
Well-
Who knows?
Oh, if it is you, could you
Although-
buy a college dorm with me first before you do it? Because if you do, then I get A's for the entire semester.
What are you gonna
Well,
do
what
for
do I
next
get?
semester?
Do I have
find
to
someone
go?
else.
Do I have to go to that college?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
But so what? You get A's and I have to be in more debt than I already am in.
But
You'd be
you're killing
dead.
yourself.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Yeah,
you
the
see?
only
That's
if you
buy a
kill
credit
yourself-
card, max it out on
Oh,
your
that's
time.
right, because you get A's if someone commits suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Look, if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna benefit from it. Because what are you gonna care? You're dead.
Fucking
Also,
Zach.
my glasses are broken.
Yeah, good job. Oh yeah, your glasses. They have dirty vision.
Yeah, they do. I gotta clean them up.
They're just
It's like your camera on your phone.
Yeah, or it's just
Whenever-
like me in general.
Whenever
Dirty vision.
I get Snapchat from you, I'm like, there's so much shit on his
No,
camera.
it's because the fucking camera's broken.
yeah, it's broken,
Yeah.
so it looks like there's just
I
so much
love
shit.
getting your Snapchats every single time. It's like whenever Brooks and I are just like doing something and we'll both get a Snapchat from you. One of us will play it and we'll go, "Oh wait, I didn't see it. Hold on, you play it first."
We'll pay closer attention to it. Man.
We'll analyze
Did
it.
you get the communist one?
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
That's a painting from my grandfather.
Your grandfather had
When I in the car when I told them that you had a painting of communist Russia, they didn't believe me.
No,
I was like, wait, is it communist Russia or is it the Soviet Union?
It's
Because
the
that's-
same
it's
thing.
the same
Yeah,
exact
'cause
thing.
there's Russia and the Soviet
Yeah,
Union.
it's fucking like it's just like
I'm like, when
It's
you
really
say
weird.
when you say is it a painting of communist Russia, do you mean like a landscape?
no. So it's like it's got like the Russian flag, the communist flag with the
Yeah.
crescent moon and the hammer.
It's
and
a
then
sickle
it's got
and a hammer.
yeah, sickle. Yeah, my bad.
Fucking communist not knowing what his communist shit is.
Yeah, be a better communist.
I'm not a communist.
That's what a communist would say.
And then there's like a bunch
Do
of
you know what we should bring back? McCarthyism. It's gonna be in vogue now.
Vogue.
Anyways,
Put it on a t-shirt.
So the painting, what it is, it's like a bunch of books with the flag behind it, and then the weird thing is there's like a metal glove like a knight would have, but it looks like it's filled like with a ghost hand, and it's like got a quill and it's writing something in like Russian, and I don't know what any of it means, and I'm really worried. Like I just kind of like want to rip it up and like have there be like a map underneath it to like Putin's house. I don't know.
Is that where the treasure is
The
held?
long lost Putin house.
That's where the Nicolas Cage national treasure is. It's always been there.
No more treasure hunts. Not after last time.
What has Nicolas Cage recently been in? Like, what was his most
He was in
recent film?
something with
He was in something
with
by-
Elijah Wood.
with a written and directed by the guy who wrote Taxi Driver. I
Was
heard it was
Taxi
awful.
Driver-
Wait, did you say written and directed?
Yeah.
I thought Martin Scorsese did Taxi Driver.
No, I mean like the guy who wrote Taxi Driver wrote and directed a movie recently with Nicolas Cage in it.
I heard wrote and directed like
Yeah, that's what
Taxi
I
Driver. I was like, Martin Scorsese, is he in trouble? He already did one movie with Nicolas Cage and it didn't do so
What
well.
movie was that?
Bring Out Your Dead.
It was the hospital one.
I don't think I saw that one.
Ew,
I also want to
haven't
see A
seen it
Kiss from
either.
a Vampire or whatever it is.
Oh, that one? Oh.
It's not a Kiss from a Vampire.
That's the
Interview
A,
with
B,
Vampire.
C, D, E.
Yeah, that movie's fucking great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's awful,
it's
but it's
so
great.
It's hilarious.
Is it a comedy? I think it's.
I don't know.
This is what Carmine.
I don't think anyone knows.
This is what Carmine said. He said, "Yeah, look at this. Of course, it's a comedy." I'm like, "No, it's a comedy now." But something tells me the director was trying to make a serious film, and then Nicolas Cage just showed up being Nicolas Cage and turned it into a comedy film.
And that was like even like the pre-Oscar Nicolas Cage when he acted kind of normal.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That doesn't show.
Yeah.
And what was a good movie, like a good serious movie, other than National Treasure? I
Raising
stand by the
Arizona.
National Treasure was fun.
Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
What was Raising Arizona?
By the Coen Brothers.
It was
Oh, neat.
it was an early Coen Brothers movie. It's been forever since I've seen it.
Oh, speaking of movies, I told you about this, but I don't think I told you. There's a new director who I really like because I watched his film, a short film about killing.
Oh, yeah, you told me about
And
it.
boy,
I think he's been around for a while. I don't think
he's
a new
been
director.
around. The movie came out like 1980s.
Isn't he dead?
I hope he's not dead. He probably's dead.
Yeah, he's
But no,
probably dead.
it's a good film. It definitely makes me be happy that I live in America and not Poland, which is a place that clearly looks like it's just surrounded by nothing but depression and death. But it's
So we're moving to Poland.
Well, I looked it up on IMDb. I think that movie came out in like the 80s.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then was when it was in like a part of
Yeah,
communist
yeah,
Russia
yeah.
and everything. So no wonder it was behind the so-called Iron Curtain.
It's kind of like
I just had a flash forward. Like,
Oh, yeah.
We need to talk right now as much as we can.
No,
about
go
how-
ahead.
how we
No,
feel.
no, go ahead. Go, go.
Yeah,
Do it now, do it now.
Trump is gonna win. We need to prepare by saying as much free speech things as we can because
All
if we
right.
don't, Trump wins.
I like feet. Go.
What?
I don't know. It's
What?
free speech, right?
Say
Yeah.
free speech.
Free speech is re-beach.
Okay, my turn. Free speech. Speeches for 5 cents. Fuck!
Oh shit! Speeches are fun.
What? I missed the joke.
No, he said speeches for 5 cents, and it was so retarded. I love it. Brooks,
Get it?
I love
Because it's
you.
not. I fucked up because it's not free. The speeches cost
We
something
have
to hear.
different tastes, but I love you.
I love you too.
He is a werebear. I knew it all along.
He did that thing when he snorted on me when he was really close to my neck. You
pulled, really
Dylan.
uncomfortable.
I did
dog
pull
Dylan.
Yeah, he's gonna be dead.
Yeah,
I like how we can yell about things and angrily disagree, but we're all still friends.
Oh, yeah.
and everything.
Fuck you.
'Cause we're-
Because I have like nobody else. Like, what are we gonna do?
Because we're adults.
Yeah, yeah.
Technically, we're adults.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't like
Technically,
that. I don't-
quotations.
I don't like that.
I pay taxes.
Yeah,
Oh,
me too. Oh god. Okay, so a game I want to play when like
Oh, but short film about killing is really good. It's a film.
What was that?
It was nothing. Not a ghost. Not a ghost at
that
all.
was a go.
Oh, shit.
It's what I love it is a film that shows that sometimes in life is pointless and futile, and you should just do what you want and murder a taxi driver and then be hung for it.
What?
Uh,
Hanged.
Yeah, hanged. It's the same reason why Michael Haneke films life is pointless. Anyways, continue.
I want to play the game Cuphead. Don't deal with the devil.
What the fuck is that?
You know Castle Crashers?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but in
Is that
1940s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like hand drawn and
Yeah,
you
everything's
see
No,
it
yeah, no, I know what
in
you're talking
the,
about.
like
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that looks great in the
And
old Disney
a
style.
game we could all also play right now is since the Humble Monthly Bundle just came out, it just dropped. There's one game that is a couch game, if you guys know what I mean by that. Like it's just local multiplayer, and it's called Crawl. Everybody plays as a monster except one person, and it's like the chosen one versus an onslaught of monsters. So we could play that maybe.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
another day when we have time, we can do that.
Yes.
The cup game, what I really like about it is its animation because it's all fucking handmade shit.
Oh, yeah, that's
fucking was
amazing.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Like,
Apparently it's supposed to
Donkey
be-
was talking about it, and I was like, "Why is he playing a bunch of old footage from like 1940s cartoons?" I was like, "Holy shit, that's a video game!
Yeah.
I want that game."
So do I. I want it. I want it inside me. I want it inside me. Yes, give it. Oh yes, yeah.
I'm just sort of the outside viewer of that. I was just sort of here. I don't.
Jesus Christ!
Guys, what are we?
Yeah, I
We're
think
dead.
we're retarded. I think
This is
we are
perfect.
retarded.
This is
I thought we weren't
retarded.
allowed to say that.
Fuck it. I don't.
So I can talk
No,
about Neil
I
the
don't want you
Raptor?
to go through the Neil the Raptor
What
story.
the fuck is
We
Neil
can
the
s-
Raptor?
I'll tell you later.
All right, everybody, Google Neil the Raptard if you want to see that. It should be an Imgur post.
This is going off the rails.
An Imgur?
Imgur?
Isn't it Imager?
Imgur.
Finally! Fucking finally!
Am I in
Somebody
trouble?
agreed with me that it's because of the word image, it should be Imgur.
Well, do you say GIF or GIF?
GIF.
I say GIF.
Yeah.
But that's
not a
because
J.
that's an acronym. It's graphics interlaced file or whatever.
Yeah, that's
That's
not
fine.
a J, you fucking
Yeah.
retard.
Yeah, it's the reason why that's GIF, and then Imgur is Imgur because image.
Imgur.
Yeah, image share.
Imgur.
Image share.
Imgur.
I'm gonna
Image.
I'm gonna take your
Imgur
face
share.
off.
Imgur.
I'm gonna take your face off.
Take your face off.
It's
Face
Imager.
off. Imgur.
I went very high on that finally. I went very high pitched.
No, I like it. You scared me. I was like, oh, am I in trouble? He knows I didn't like that movie. What else should we fucking talk about?
We got we can just end it. We can.
Yeah, we can call
It
it.
is a slog.
we gotta go see if that fucking bear is still there.
Yeah.
I'm getting used to the boiler room, you know.
No, I'm not. Have you been having your back up against a hot pipe this whole time?
Oh shit! If the bear is at the apartment here, then we can go to my place. Oh wait, no, my place is a piece of shit now.
Ah!
Because the bear destroyed
It's hot again.
it. Dude, just deal with it. You know.
What do you mean deal with it?
Some like it hot.
You want to just do the plugs?
I'm gonna. Go
Yeah, let's do the plugs. But before I do, do you guys think this is infected?
Oh,
Oh
fuck!
shit!
Yeah, I didn't want to say anything earlier, but
I don't know if it's infected, but there's something clearly wrong with it.
yeah. All right, well, we'll deal with that next time.
Yeah, of course.
In the meantime, Brooks and Zach, 100 Years, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, Pinterest.
YouTube.
Why not?
If you want to talk to us, email brooksandzach100years at gmail.com.
I'm still coming down from the last week.
It's been 2 weeks, man. Calm
What?
down. Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
This never ends. We did die. This is purgatory.
Do you wanna do the same sign off you always do?
Yeah, the same sign-off that is done every sign-off, as it always is. You wake up with your alarm going off.
Beep, beep.
Let him do his thing.
Ow! You fucking tapped my eye.
And to that sound, you shake your head and realize that you've been standing in a cornfield the whole time. Your eyes wander out of your skull, going around to touch each other before they come back and kiss your lips with their lips. And through this euphoric experience, you look down to the ground, and the corn has arranged itself into lips as well to say, Brooks and Zach, 100 Years. Yeah, I gotta get this checked out.
See you guys.
Kill Donald Trump.
What? Can you say that?
Yeah, we can say that, right?